What's up, Rito? Shade Tree Surgeon here with another episode of Will It Chop? Now, I know you guys are used to me only messing around with God's favorite motorcycle, Harley damn Davidson, but this week we're doing something just a little bit different. You read correctly, boys. It says Honda on the side of this here motorcycle. While Hondas are technically motorcycles, they're not really a real bike, are they? A Honda is fine if you're a woman or a very effeminate man, but no self-respecting real biker out there is gonna throw a leg over a chintzy little toy like this. But by the time we're done with it, you might change your mind. Came across this in some lady's garage. I assume it's a CB750. Used to belong to her husband. I guess they weren't getting along too well because she sold me this sucker for $500. It looks like the thing's in pretty good shape to me. Not that any of that matters because we're getting rid of all of this. I guess I shouldn't be that surprised the thing's in good shape. After all, who'd want to ride this thing around? Now, before you go thinking this is your normal Honda, your run-of-the-mill little girl's toy, baby's first bicycle over here, this actually is some kind of special edition CB750. This one's got a couple extra cylinders on it. It might actually be able to keep up with an honest-to-goodness Harley Davidson. If we can get enough bull crap off this bike, it might even start to look almost as good as Old Faithful over there. Now I realize there's probably gonna be a couple nerd virgins down there in the comments who are saying, "Oh, Shade Tree, please don't chop that special edition CB750, please don't chop it." Yeah, they made about 1 million of these things. I ain't too worried about chopping it. They're a dime a dozen. That being said, there are certain things that I won't take the old grinding wheel to. A little chintzy throwaway bike like this made out of plastic, yeah, we can chop that up. A real beaut like this shovel head over here, this is something that has to be preserved. There are some beautiful classics out there that will keep stock, but an old disposable throwaway bike like this, it's like cutting up a piece of Tupperware. First off, nobody really gives a damn, and second off, we're about to make it so much cooler than it is right now. That's enough yapping though, let's get to chopping.
It's chopping time.
You know what? I just realized I didn't even check to see if this whole heap runs or not. Looks like it might. Let's see if it fires up. Because if it don't fire up, the whole bike's going in the trash can. Just like a Honda, sounds like old Flipper. All right. Looks like this one narrowly avoided the garbage can. It fires up. Damn thing sounds like a wet fart though. Pretty much all these Honda engines sound like garbage. The addition of 2 extra cylinders probably ain't gonna do much but make it sound even worse. But we'll be cutting all this off anyway. Who would have ever thought of putting such a mess of cylinders on a bike? God only ever intended motorcycles to have 2 cylinders and in a V configuration. Honda, this just is unnatural. It ain't right. I've already got a few plans for the bike. I can tell you right now, one thing that's gonna go is this stupid old front end. Listen, choppers don't need a front brake. And suspension with liquid in it? Ew. I was thinking maybe a Springer, maybe a girder, but I think for something like this, we'll just go with a completely rigid front end. Not only will that handle a lot better than whatever this old crap is, but it's gonna look a lot better too. These little Fisher-Price toys that Honda likes to call engines don't barely make any power at all, but at least we can chop all this exhaust off and make it loud. All this stuff up here, listen up, Buck Rogers, Space Invaders over here. I've never seen anything look dumber in my life. I ain't even gonna put that one in the trash can. This one's going straight on the bonfire. Getting rid of this silly rear suspension is gonna be real easy. They got this big old aluminum swing arm back here, so I'm just gonna weld a big old bar back here right up into the frame. Boom, we got ourselves a hardtail. Easy as pie. As far as the gas tank goes, I would try to sell that crap on eBay, but I don't even think anybody would want it. Once again, it's just gonna go in the dumpster, and we got a nice peanut tank that we're gonna throw on there. You call this luggage, Honda? You call this luggage? What am I supposed to fit in here, man? I could barely fit a couple of double quarter pounders with cheese in this thing before I ran out of room. That's barely gonna get me through lunch. Yeah, this crap's definitely hitting the garbage pile. We're gonna weld a big old sissy bar on the back of this thing anyway. All we really need is a leather duffel bag. It's gonna look 1,000 times better than this garbage. These bags back here might be good for your old lady's makeup, but not much else. Same thing with this seat. Hitting the garbage, we're gonna put a beautiful king and queen seat on it to go with that sissy bar back there. And once we get rid of all this Tupperware and cut a few things up, make it a hardtail, get rid of that front suspension. No suspension at all, no front brakes, you don't need them. As much weight as we can get off it is good because they're already slow. You know, I think this is gonna be a good chop, boys. I think we can turn this CB750 into something halfway decent. All right, team, time to fire up Old Faithful here and cut some of the ugly off this thing.
I thought you said we were going for a ride.
I'm chopping stuff right now, come on.
Can we please go for a ride?
Well, when she asks like that, I guess I can wait for a little while to chop this thing up. All you little Honda fanboys out there, or should I say femboys, you ought to get down on your knees and worship the ground that old Blissful Ellie walks on. A lot of people are doing that already, so get in line. Oh, long, tall, and deadly Godzelli over here, Blissful Ellie has given the Honda CB7, whoa, with the thing open, has given it a reprieve. We'll start that chopping later. When 6'5" of Deadly comes and asks you to go for a ride, the answer is yes.
As it should be.
Maybe if this thing rides all right, maybe I won't chop it. Come on, you really think me, Shade Tree Surgeon, champion of the Honda, even though I do like me some Honda choppers, you think that I'm gonna chop up a CBX Super Sport, baby, 1982, last year of production, inline 6 work of art motorcycle? No, I'm not chopping this thing. God, of course not. Although, if I did get you and you did think I was gonna chop this thing up, you have to tell me down below if I got you. If somebody came from outside the channel, I might have gotten them. Anybody who watches the channel regularly was like, yeah, no way he's chopping this thing up. Dude, a CBX in this pristine condition, literally only 12,000 miles on this thing. If somebody took an angle grinder to this thing, they deserve to be put in jail. And jail would probably be the safest place for them, because all the fans of this motorcycle, if they got a hold of you after you took a cutting wheel to one of these motorcycles, it'd be a lot worse than prison. Always love it. It's the only bike so far that you can ride like a normal human being. It's a brisk 66 in the dead of February here in Florida. And if you're not down here riding, if you're up somewhere and you're frozen in, let me tell you what, I'm not gonna rub it in, even though by literally just existing on this beautiful work of art motorcycle, the CBX 1000, just existing in 66 degree weather in February right now is kind of spitting in the face of everybody who loves motorcycles and lives in places like, I don't know, like Minnesota, Maxisota, I like to call it. But anyway, I'm sorry, dude, I'm not gonna try to rub it in. I'm just telling you, I feel for you, dude. I hope you're thawing out soon. Chop up a CBX. Who would dare? Well, somebody probably would. I was making a joke earlier that there's going to be a couple people in the comments who would be mad if I chopped up a CBX, but there's definitely going to be a couple people down there who would be like, actually, I'd love to see a chopper of the CBX. And you know what? I'd probably love to see a CBX chopper as well. I'm just not going to be the one who takes an angle grinder to one, okay? I could not bring myself to do that to a bike like this. It's not the fastest bike in the world. The bike only makes a little over 100 horsepower, but man, just riding it feels like this amazing work of art. The bike is a masterpiece, a symphony, and I'd want to keep it just like this. It just is perfect, exactly how my man Erie made it. Because yes, the same man responsible for bringing the Goldwing around also gave us the CBX. I would try to say his name right now, but I would inevitably butcher it. Irimichi? Did I say I was going to say it? It's like Irimichi? I pronounced it so good when I made the Goldwing video.
I went home last time after the camp out, I was like, why is my bike so tiny? The engine too, obviously, it's a lot less power.
Right, or just like the physically, you mean, too. Although you fit on the Himalayan pretty well, too, though, don't you?
It's not bad.
Well, now that we're back from our ride, it's time for the other red, silver, and black Honda I have a fairing for over there, but ain't on it yet. Let's get the Sabre fixed up. I'm really excited to ride that thing around regularly. I finally have the correct radiator for it, and I've also got an air filter for it. Now it just needs tires and a rider. You can try riding the Sabre. I think you'd like it. It's fast.
Wait, fast is not...
The Goldwing? Yeah, you can ride the Goldwing. The Goldwing's easy. Old people ride them. Center stands are the best. All right, I just put this dang coolant in here, so I'd really rather not waste it. Hopefully I can put it back in the jug and reuse it. Came out of the, not the hole I was expecting. Definitely a little bit of a bummer to be replacing the nice 3-core unit with this kind of boom busted used stock one, but it is what it is. It doesn't fit with the shrouds on it, so we can't use it. As Ellie can now attest, this is way harder than it needs to be. Honda engineers in the 80s, I don't know what they were on, probably just a mixture of speed and freaking that 80s coat. And they were just having way too good of a time designing fast motorcycles to spend any time making them easy to work on. Yes, I can fit my rock guard on there now. Because I could have made a rock guard for the other one, but I don't know. I wanted the OEM stuff. I wanted the shrouds. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Dude, it's time. It's time for Blissful Elliot. You got your camera out, means it's time for you to ride a Goldwing. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, dude, it's Goldwing 30. The bike you said you originally always wanted to get. Remember that? You did say that. That looks so much better there on the side like that. Yeah, I just wasn't willing to give those up, even for that nice radiator. Yes! That was an entire saga. Long, tall, and deadly Blissful Ellie is finally going to graduate to a Goldwing. Are you excited?
Yes, very. What did you start me on? It was
A Trail 125 was your very first bike.
no, at the Forgotten Angels property when David taught me. It was
Dude,
red. It was also
I
red and
forgot.
white.
Still a Honda CRF 250. All right, well, it starts up just like any other motorcycle. Nah, you don't need a helmet. It's a Goldwing. It's like a car. All right, fire that sucker up. Change your life, dude. Once you go Goldwing, you don't go back.
This does not look like what my bike looks like.
No, it doesn't look anything like what your bike looks like. You ride a Royal Enfield Himalayan. This is a 1,000-pound monstrosity. I mean, you do know how to ride a motorcycle, and this is just a motorcycle. That's all it is. It's just a big one. Once again, I find myself pulled away from working on Hondas. Long, Tall, and Deadly says, let's go ride. Twice in the same day, the answer is still yes. You remember when you were first on my channel, just made a video of you getting on a Goldwing on the back seat, and now you're getting on it on the front seat. I love it.
On the roads.
Oh, I'm so proud of Ellie. Now she's riding the very first motorcycle. She's piloting the very first motorcycle that she ever rode on the back of. That is so cool. She rode a CRF 250, a Trail 125 for the first time on the street with her own money, cash money that she saved up for over a year. She bought her very own Royal Enfield Himalayan cash out the door. She was practicing on the Dirtster and riding that, and now she's on the Goldwing, the very first motorcycle she ever was on the back of that made her fall in love with motorcycles in the first place. It's poetic, baby. It's poetic. Also just a testament, especially to the GL 1500 and how many different heights it can accommodate. I'm fine on the bike at 5'12 and a half. People plenty shorter than me, our good friend Cog in the wheel rode a 1500 with no problem at all. And then you can put Blissful Ellie at 6'5" on that thing, and she's also totally comfortable. That is insane engineering. And as I beat my head against the wall with all the dumb crap Honda engineers did while they were high on that Peruvian merchant powder in the early 80s, just like, man, the Goldwing, like everything on it works so well, makes perfect sense, and is pretty easy to work on. I wish they would have injected a little of that energy into the Magna. Would have made everybody's life a lot easier. Welcome home. Blissful Ellie's very first Goldwing ride will not be complete until she shows off to David that she can ride a Goldwing now, because David from Forgotten Angels was the person who taught her how to ride a motorcycle in the first place. I'm sure he is going to love seeing her pull up on a Goldwing. Hey! Look at who's on a Goldwing! I just thought we had to come by here real quick because you taught her how to ride in the first place.
Awesome. Oh my God. I didn't know who it was.
2 miles on a GL 1500, and it's time for the GL 1800. Look at her go. Hell yeah. What's gonna happen is she's gonna be spoiled on the freaking 1500 now. She's not gonna wanna go back. Pretty nice, right?
Yours is a little Ricky.
What?
It's nice. Just
Wait, this one or mine?
yours. Yours is very nice.
Very nice, isn't it? A nice girl, but it's not this one. Look at you go. It's all right. You made the right choice. You're not going to win against the boat.
You look so comfortable on that, Ellie.
Well, you're going to pay a little bit more for that one than you would for a 1500, but they are a lot nicer.
I mean, I don't need like a ton of fancy stuff. Just,
You get it for
it's
4?
so smooth.
One of those?
Yeah.
It's always bonfire weather here.
I am willing to sacrifice my life to be your short king. And then in another comment, he replied to himself and said in parentheses, I am 6'3".
You could so easily turn that into a giantess joke. Something tells me that's probably not what he had in mind. It's the next day, and we're sitting here in front of a 2011. Oh, all right, let me fix this real quick. Sorry about that. Up, okay, yeah, a little higher. There we go. Yes, as I was saying, we're standing here in front of a 2011 Triumph Rocket 3. Out of the ordinary for the Hondas and the Harleys that we were riding earlier, but if you saw last week's video, you know that we're actually giving this Rocket 3 away. One person is going to win this bike, 2,300 cc's of raw power, baby. I'm very familiar with the Rocket 3. A lot of you guys are watching the channel right now. How you found my channel. I love these motorcycles, and it's always tough for me to give something away that I like, but since I own a Rocket 3 already, this one's a little bit easier. 100% of all proceeds from the raffle that we're having to give this Rocket 3 away will go directly to Forgotten Angels to help their fight to end the cycle of abuse in the foster care system. If you guys know Forgotten Angels, and we got a camp out coming here in a few weeks, and if you guys have been to the camp out, know what they do. You've met Ellie over here and everybody else from the very weird and strange cast of characters that make up Brap Star, and we all have a good time, and it's all to benefit Forgotten Angels. You know where your money goes. It doesn't hit any trees on the way down. There's no bureaucracy. There's no one grabbing their little cut. 100% of it goes to help these young men and women and prevent them from becoming homeless, prevent them from falling through the cracks and becoming just another statistic. There's an insane statistic that something like 75% of people who are homeless were in the foster care system. It is a one-way ticket, a fast track to being drug addicted, to being homeless, and not having any options. You never even get your first chance. You don't even get a chance to fail. These young men and women have been abused by their family, sexually, mentally, physically, and then when they're made a ward of the state, and then they're put in a foster home that's supposed to help them where their birth parents failed them, these people just treat them like cash cows. They stick them 3 and 4 of them in a room, up to 3 bedrooms a house, and they collect that $1,000 check from the government. And when they turn 18, they're literally given a garbage bag and made homeless. I know this sounds insane. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds like something out of a movie. I promise you, it's not, and it's so much worse than I'm actually making it sound. Again, if you've been to the Forgotten Angels camp out and you've met Dave and Cindy, you know that this is exactly what happened to Cindy, and this is why she initially started Forgotten Angels, to help those people not have to go through what she went through. Because her success story after going through all of this, it's not at all in the majority. Most of them don't make it out of this. I'm trying to head it off at the pass, break the cycle of abuse, initiate reform in the foster care system, and have facilities and people in place all across the United States to help these young men and women who've been thrown out on the streets with nothing, no money, no driver's license, no options whatsoever, and have a system set in place where people can help them, and there's funds in place to give them the first chance, the chance that every American citizen deserves. That's where your money's going. When you buy a raffle ticket, that's where it's going. And most people, they feel good just about that. You know, you might win a cool bike, but you feel good just about doing something good. You feel good about helping somebody who has less than you. But someone's still winning this Rocket 3. So grab that ticket. We're pulling it at the camp out that Saturday, the camp out. It's St. Patrick's Day weekend. We'll have more info on the camp out soon. I hope I see a lot of you guys there. Click that link down below. Get in on it. Grab your ticket. We'll be pulling it live at the camp out. Maybe we'll let old blissful Ellie here announce the winner. Hey, you want to ride this thing? You already rode a Gold Wing. It couldn't be any harder.
I guess not.
Well, stay tuned for the next video for that one. Until next time, y'all, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Who will risk it all to end the evil call of Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. They never give up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high.
Shade Tree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.